Gambling. It takes many forms, impacts many people, and is generally agreed upon to be dumb, stupid, idiotic, a waste of money, degenerate, and overall a bad idea. But we do it anyway. The allure of what we could win, combined with the pain of what we could lose, mix together and form an intoxicating shot of adrenaline. It's a uniquely humbling experience to lose your money gambling, and on the same coin, nothing feels better than when you're up. It's an extremely human activity to gamble, and I want to see out of every person to ever do it, who has recorded the single biggest win. With everything on the line, who has been able to say they beat the house, completed the dream, and won it all. There have been millions of notable gambles across history, but the question of what the most successful gamble of all time is has never been answered. Of course, you hear stories of groups going to Vegas and running $1,000 up to $100,000, or hitting it big on the high roller table, but even if we take all these feel-good tales at face value, we wouldn't be able to crown them as the most successful gamble. We can't even give the title to someone like legendary poker player Texas Dolly, who was the first person to ever win $1 million in poker tournaments, because it didn't happen all at once. In order to record the single most successful gamble ever, you'd have to have a lot on the line. Arguably more than just your own net worth, as people unfortunately gamble that away every single day at Las Vegas. You need everything to lose and everything to gain. Enter Frederick W. Smith. In 1971, Smith founded a company under the core concept of transporting small essential items by plane rather than using trucks or just sticking the packages on passenger planes. Unfortunately for Fred, the price of jet fuel in the 1970s absolutely began to skyrocket due to the oil crisis of 1973, making oil prices look like a literal wall. This spelled doom and gloom for Smith's blossoming company, but luckily old Fred had just secured a pitch to General Dynamics which could save their entire company. The pitch was completely rejected. With their funds dwindling and their seemingly last door getting slammed in their face, Fred Smith, in one of the most you should not do this business moves of all time, got on a plane to Vegas immediately following the pitch and took the only $5,000 to his company's name with him. Of course, this is a terrible idea, but based on the nature of this video, you know how it goes. Fred Smith does not in fact lose it all and instead spins this $5K all the way up to $34,000. This would pay for the company's $24,000 jet fuel bill, allowing them to operate another week. Within this week of borrowed time, Smith would start a legendary run of fundraising, allowing his business, Federal Express, to eventually financially stabilize and start to actually turn their first profit. When asked about it, Fred talked about it almost pragmatically, which is the exact opposite emotion displayed by 99.9% of other gamblers. He simply said, what difference does it make? Without the funds for the fuel companies, we couldn't have flown anyway. I guess he's right too. The man needed to make money or else his entire company, which he founded with not only his but his entire family's net worth, was about to go under. He turned to one of the few places that man can simply get more money and walked away a champion. Now Federal Express, or FedEx, is a transportation staple that just reported shy of $100 billion in revenue throughout the last fiscal year. Fred Smith is still FedEx's largest shareholder with a stake of 7.3% in the company. As of April 2022, Forbes listed him as the 601st richest man in the world with a net worth of $4.7 billion.